Hello everyone, welcome back to Forest for the Trees. I am Rindis, and these are our wonderful players. Say hello everyone.
Hello, I'm a wonderful player.
Hey, how are you?
Alright, so we'll go ahead and give a quick recap since our story wrapped up its big arc there last time. So last we left off, Brayden, the halfling ranger, Sky, the halfling barbarian, Lee, the elf bard, and Tula, the turtle sorcerer, had helped the Modron 31 Square. Finally, what's the giggles?
You still can't say his name right.
I'll never get it. He's just going to have to accept it. That's what you get for having such a weird pronunciation.
It's not weird.
It is. It is.
It is a single O.
Nope. It is forever Tula, and you're just going to have to live with it. They helped the Modron 31 Squared travel deep into the demilitarized zone to find an old ziggurat where they suspected a planar gate would help them escape the confines of their axiomatic overlords back in Bacanus. The group fought their way through a group of bandits and came sword to sword, spell to spell, and bow to face with a Githyanki, and my dogs decide to bark right now. Great timing. Hold on.
Doggos, no!
Oof, absolutely most unprofessional timing for that. They came face to face with a Githyanki warlord that was also using this planar portal to what he claimed mounting a conquest of the region quite unsuccessfully.
Good job of that.
Quite unsuccessfully before the group promptly put him into the ground, but not before taking a few scrapes of their own. With the gateway secured, 31 Squared opened the portal to Sigil and stepped his way through, parting ways with the group and issuing a few goodbyes before Toby himself quickly dashed through, narrowly escaping Sky's attempt to restrain the boy, knowing what he had planned, and leaving Sky with a bit of a gift beforehand as well. Now the group is making their way back to Stillwater, having to...
Lee is very proud.
Lee is very proud. They're making their way back to Stillwater, knowing full well that they have to at least explain where Toby's gone to the parents, and then figure out what to do with their own destinies from there on.
Are we heading back to Stillwater or to the farm?
You guys, well, Stillwater's part of the farm, or the farm is part of Stillwater, so you're heading back in the direction of Stillwater to reach the farm.
Toby's dad's apparently richer than I thought.
Is he?
I mean, I'm holding on to the 30 gold in the note, I believe.
You gave Toby some money and he left it back for you. He didn't say why, but he just handed back the money to you. Okay, so yeah, so you guys spend the time backtracking. I think it was a couple hours to get out into that area. You're easily able to avoid the checkpoint as well that's keeping an eye out for anyone trying to sneak in to this secluded area. And before long, it's about midday, and the farm comes into view. You can see Toby's father working out in the field. He's does look a bit annoyed more than worried, mostly because there's nobody here to help him with tending to the field. But he's still working. He's got his horse and plow, and he's working his way through the field.
So, does anyone want to help me with this, or is it all me?
Yeah, I'll help you.
Alright.
Sky crosses his arms. He's not helping you with this.
You don't have to. I was just offering it in case anyone else wanted their input.
Yeah, Brayden's gonna hang back with Sky shaking his head very disapprovingly.
The two halflings. He ain't ready. He should have waited until he was at least 40 to go out.
Mouth. To quote Kratos, he's not ready.
Boy, not ready. Yeah, good stuff. Alright.
Neither was Lee, but she still left.
So was I, if you'll remember.
Yeah. Thank you, Obi-Wan.
Yep.
So, I'll approach, I will approach Dunkar.
Alright. It's not hard for Dunkar to notice an elf approaching him, and he brings the horse to a stop, and he kind of pauses, and he's like, thought you lot had already left. You seen Toby
Yeah.
around? That boy wasn't in his bed when we came to get him this morning, and had a fear he might have run off to shirk his duties after seeing you strange folk around.
Yeah. We left. We had to help someone fix a planar gate.
Oh, what now?
Magic stuff.
He kind of narrows his eyes at that, and he says, I had a suspicion y'all weren't just simple carpenters, but maybe that's just because you were there.
Maybe. I did bring magic here. Anyway, Toby left this with me, and I'll hand him the letter.
So the letter gets handed over. I'm going to open this up for chat again to see it. And so, yeah, you hand over the letter, and he spends a good moment reading it. And he kind of pauses, and he's like, well, at least your lessons in teaching him to write really stuck. That's something. And he goes quiet for a long minute, and there's very clearly a sense of anger and hurt on his face. And so he ran off with y'all then, did he?
Well,
He disappeared with us. Anyway, I'm pretty sure he's going to be back. I think he's a lot like me. I ran away from my home too, but
So you put these thoughts in his head then?
if I did not mean to.
It's gonna be real hard around this farm.
That's
He was
also
ill-
all-
And when he says that, I'm going to take out the 30 gold that I handed Toby. I'm going to hold it out to him. I was aware of that, and I wanted to offer my help.
He kind of looks at you guys and he's like, well, I suppose this can at least get us some farm hands for the time being. His brother's not quite ready to take on the responsibility he had.
If you aren't too angry with us, I would like to stop by a couple times during the week and maybe continue my tutoring.
If it's all the same, breaking this to his mother's gonna be real hard. Probably best you don't come around for a while.
All right.
But don't mistake that for no hostility. I appreciate that you made good on this at least. And you tried to do right, even by my boy. So
I am. I'm impressed with how quick he learns, how clever he is, and I have no doubt that he's going to be he's going to be fine.
yeah,
And I have no doubt he'll be back as well.
no doubt he gets that cleverness from his mother. Well, either way, it's gonna be a long harvest this year. So I best be getting back to it.
Anything I can do to help. I'll still be in Stillwater for a little while, I think.
Yeah, alright. And you can tell he's holding back a lot of things that he wants to say, but there's kind of a grim understanding that screaming at you isn't gonna get Toby back anytime soon, so he's just kind of looking forward.
Can I, am I able to tell if he's, like, really, really pissed with me?
Make an insight check.
Well,
Good thing I'm there too.
Good thing.
at least it wasn't a death save.
Right. Tula, you're getting the sense that he's not.
I'm putting my finger up.
He's not super angry. Like, he's justifiably parent angry that a lot of you, and it's a blanket term because he doesn't know the details of what all went on, but some strangers showed up in his house. They acted weird, but they fixed his barn, and now his kid is gone off to be an adventurer. So he's justifiably angry, but he's trying to be calm and rational about it. Especially since you at least gave him money to keep the farm going. Because you get the sense that he's not in any condition to keep this farm running on its own. So if you guys had just been like, oh, well, your kid's gone, that sucks, bye, like normal adventurers would have been, you get the sense that the farm would have fallen on hard times. But he's appreciative of the gesture of doing something to help keep them afloat for the time being. And more if you were going to say something.
Mr. Ozamot, you've got yourself a good kid. A reckless, foolhardy, brave kid, but a good kid. He really wanted to help more than just his family. You'd probably want to hear the entire story. And Tola at this point would go through explaining 31 squared, what the Modron are, and how basically he hired them to save the entire farm.
Okay. Give me a persuasion along with this.
Can I give advantage? Can I assist?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. As he's listening and you're explaining everything that went on, you can see that there's like a realization. The light bulb finally clicked on the way that he had been acting, the way you guys had been acting around the farm, and he's like, huh, I guess that does explain what had been going on. Here I thought he was just having a crush on the elf. Well, it's good to know that my boy's got a real sense of honor, and wherever this Sigil place is, hopefully he'll be safe.
And we had no idea he was about to do this, but we tried to temper him, to keep him a little more in check of himself, so he should be safer wherever he is, and more mindful of coming back.
He is with the friends too.
That's good. Hopefully this 31 square will keep an eye on him for us.
He's only got the one.
That's weird.
It's really weird.
Sorry, it's an adventuring joke.
Well,
I thought it was funny. I almost said it.
it's like,
Trust me,
I almost
Mr.
said it too.
Osmond. Your kid'll be back. He won't let himself die before coming home to help you. He
Rose.
really cares about you guys.
Rolls percentile to see if Tula eats his words. No, I'm kidding.
Rolls percentile to see if Toby is still alive, but mazed.
Oh yeah, good old mazes. Yeah. Well, like I said, best be getting back to work then. He says, holding back his manly tears.
Of course, and if you should ever need help, just send word down to Broggs. We'll likely hear it.
We'll do. Y'all take care.
You too, Mr. Osama.
I give a respectful bow before leaving and trying to hide my blush.
Tola will mirror the bow.
And the blush.
No,
He definitely mirrors the blush.
you can't tell.
Now that's fair. I wonder what a turtle blush looks like, even.
I don't know if they can. They're cold-blooded.
Oh, that's fair. A good point. I mean, maybe it heats up
I don't know
just
if I
enough.
technically am.
Anywho. So, anything else for y'all? While you're here?
While we're here,
On
I
the
don't-
farm, unless he asks for any help, and
Nope.
he told me to stay clear for a little bit. So
Tola wouldn't really know what he's doing as a farmhand, so yeah, I think good here.
Alright, so the two of you make your way back to the halfling squad. Who have been...
Halfling squad.
What have y'all been
Hey,
doing
half
this whole
pints.
time?
Glaring daggers at the back of Lee's head and pacing back and forth.
I can
Hey, now.
feel your eyes on me.
Together they make a full pint.
Whoa.
Smack!
That is so true. So, I'm wondering if one of you stands on the other shoulders, and then you cast Alter Self. Do you turn into Can you turn into like an actual person?
Wow.
I think we'd need a really big trench
Tola,
coat for
stop.
that.
Tola, can you stop teaching her insults, please? And can we just go back to Grogs?
I'm sorry you felt insulted.
She's been working on him at least. That's something.
I already am an actual person. Thank you very much. Glares at Lee more.
He's
I know,
technically
I know.
3/5 of a person
Look.
now.
Smack the DM. Only I am allowed to make short jokes.
I'll put a hand on Sky's shoulder and say, I know, I'm just trying to lighten your mood. For what it's
literally
worth.
lightened what I learned in a couple weeks. This farm isn't going under.
Well,
Hey, 30 gold to a
I'm
peasant is
going
like
to-
2 years' salary, man.
I've just been glaring at the back of her head. I didn't see her hand over any money.
That's fair.
I did offer my help, so
Well, I hope that's enough.
Shade.
I pat him on the head, and then I'll start walking back to town.
We taught him as best we could, even if he decided that he needed to do this journey on his own. So I'm sure
Sky.
he'll be back.
Do you want any more magic lessons?
Later. I'll
Huge.
I'll take some later.
He was resourceful enough to slip past you.
Ooh, just
Tola now has Sky glaring at him.
What? You'd think you'd be proud about that or something.
I'm actually very proud. I'm impressed.
Sky grumbles, crosses his arms, looks to the side, and you hear him mutter under his breath, half proud.
Remind me again, Sky. How many times did you
That's
cut
got
yourself
that.
playing with those axes when you were little?
Say again, I couldn't hear you, Overmorph.
Remind me again how many times you cut yourself learning how to use those axes when you were his age.
I can't count that high.
oh, so many.
More
Oh,
than
I think he's got
932, apparently.
He might cut himself a few times, but I think he'll become stronger.
Sky sighs. Just hope there's a difference between cutting yourself and leaping through a portal to another dimension with who knows what on the other side.
That's true. Also,
I hope those cuts are. Let's just say I hope those cuts don't turn into gashes.
Yeah.
Sky cannot do words today.
Also, Lee, you noticed that there's a new book in your bag.
Ooh, I take it out.
All right. So. Da-da-da. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yes.
All right. I need to actually enable this for Streambot. There's a little note from 31 Squared, and it basically says, Designation Lee. Noticed that you had been eyeing this document. Enjoy, read. 31 Square. Dictated, not read.
I'm a little sad the note wasn't in all zeros and ones.
Oh, it might have been. But then she wouldn't read it. So, go ahead and read this out loud for the people.
Yeah, I'm on the way back to town. Lee is just gonna have her nose buried in this book. It is The Chronicles of Halivard the Sorcerer. This is a book found and taken from the Azamad farm. It depicts a number of stories written by a bard named Cassandra Silk that chronicles the whirlwind adventures and romance with a sorcerer named Halivard. The stories portray a hero as a capable and charismatic hero, accomplished magician, and generous lover. The latter likely embellished to sell more books. A constant theme involves the magician clashing with Cinefade agents that seem hell-bent on disrupting operations within Ralia. Collected stories. The Mad Mummer's Farce. A Magic Monkey's Fist. 11th Hour on Death Watch. Not Another Beach Story. Warning, The Winter Court.
Warming.
Magicians. Oh, Warming the Winter Court. That sounds kinky. Magicians. Murder and Masquerades.
Yep, so there you go. Because she had taken a particular interest in that one. So there it
I
is.
certainly did.
And now that she shared
And
it with you guys, it's there.
I'm actually I'm a little giddy that Cassandra Silk wrote it.
She knows her so well.
And now I'm wondering if the sisters are here too somewhere,
Could be.
doing their thing.
Ah.
Well, they're part of
The rest of the
Cassandra's.
party is lost.
Very lost.
I'm constantly like reading out loud from these stories. I'm not even like watching where I'm going, so I'm like holding on to someone. I don't know who I'm holding on to follow home, but I'm holding the book open with one hand and reading constantly.
It depends on how high you're holding.
Really?
Mhm.
Lee, that's my ear! Stop it!
Sorry.
All right. Did you all want to do anything before you reach the town, or are you just heading straight back?
We've had a long day.
A long day of getting our
Rest.
asses kicked.
Oh, that's fair. All right. So you
I
guys.
feel very injured.
Mm-hmm. So you guys settle in to make your way back to Stillwater. The path back is not hard to follow. You've traveled this road more than once now. You've become quite familiar with it. As you guys are approaching...
Can't get lost.
Yeah, you can't get lost now. As you guys are approaching, you see that... Oh, I lost my note. Where did it go? Ah, there we go. Darwin is standing near the bridge guardhouse, but there's a tiefling woman standing next to him. They're kind of casually chatting, and he makes note of your approach, and as you guys get a little closer, he smiles and waves, and he's like, "Oh, you guys aren't dead yet. That's good. Welcome back."
Hello to you too!
And then that's when Halivard he was using. I'm sorry, what?
Hello.
Oh, hi.
No, not dead yet. Almost, but we haven't crossed that line yet.
Almost.
Thankfully.
Almost. Sounds like a great story.
It's been a rough day.
I gotta go lie down.
Demons and get Yankee.
No. Well, yes.
Yeah, that's technically correct. Huh? He gestures over to the tiefling woman. She's got red skin and upward pointing horns that seem to kind of get jaggeder along the sides. And there's a little basket on her back, not lidded, but inside is a bundled up infant that has the same kind of protruding horns, but looks a little more human. And he smiles and he's like, well, I'd like to introduce you, since you're here, to my wife and our babe. And
Oh, a pleasure to meet you. And I give an elegant bow. That's probably still too elegant.
Sky looks at Darwin, looks at the team, looks back at the team, looks back at Darwin, points a finger. Wait a minute! Why don't you live in Grog's place too? Before he could even think better
I
of
told you, Sky, it's called Gruge.
well,
Tola
Gisilda
hangs his head.
is not in Stillwater very often, to be honest. She prefers staying down with her family in the deserts. So she's just up paying a visit, and she kind of stares at you guys and doesn't say anything. He chuckles and brushes the back of his head, and he's like, it's a long and complicated story, really. But I apparently have a child.
What do you mean, apparently? You'd think it'd be pretty obvious, after the Sky just trails off, not saying anything after that.
And he kind of lowers his voice, and he's like
Puts a heavy claw on Sky's head.
Hey!
He kind of lowers his voice and leans into Sky, and he's like I said, she prefers staying out with her family in the desert, and it's a long journey, and while we've bonded, I haven't been out there in some time. She arrived.
I extend my hand.
She arrived to tell me the news just now, and she kind of stays silent. But she sees the hand and she looks at
My
it.
name is Lee.
Well, good for you, man. Swinging above your class.
Wow, Tula's accent changed while he did that. And he's like,
She doesn't take my hand.
She's just kind of staring at it, and he's like,
I'll
they-
bow instead.
He's like, yeah, they don't do that.
I just look at Darwin. Yeah, but how would you not know? Just
Would I
the
know?
last time you did something and then do the
Claps
math.
his claw over Sky's back.
Ren,
Glare at Tola.
would I know anything in my studies about any desert cultures?
Give me a history check.
Or, tieflings, since we don't know the wider relationship.
Haha.
Shit.
Nope, you are. You know.
Boop.
You know that there's. This is for Lee specifically. You know that the southern reaches are more deserty areas, and a few of the tribes there, they just call the area the Demon Wastes, for good reason, because there's largely just tieflings out there. But the Demon Wastes took a more neutral stance on the war, and because of that, they generally are nomadic desert traders that go between the two, and keep a relative neutral stance, so that if, say, you want Sainafate goods or Rallian goods on the other side, you generally have to go through one of these tribes to get to it. This is tying over into Tula's information now. There are 12 tribes that live out in this desert, Tula. They each have distinct heritages from certain demons, and a rumor floats around that they're specifically from pacts with certain demon / devil / fiendish / whatever 5th edition is calling their certain groups now, that each family or tribe had formed a pact with a specific high-ranking demon, and that's how the tieflings all end up looking that way. You also know that the tiefling race breeds true, no matter who they intermingle with. So once a tiefling, always a tiefling, and all offspring will be tiefling. Yeah, that's it. Go ahead. Marv?
Yes?
Did you have anything you were gonna say?
No, you were saying but.
Oh. Yeah, no. But after like the bow, she finally speaks up and she's like, "We do not shake hands. It is very dirty, but I accept your Saint-Faith greeting." And when Lee, you look up, she goes and she spits onto the ground at your feet. And she extends her hands.
All I have to say is that when she mentions shaking hands is dirty, it's a very good thing Tola's clawed hand is over Sky's mouth.
I'm going to repeat that gesture and do the exact same thing she did.
Darwin kind of chuckles and he's like, good move. Your elven friend's quite the diplomat. Had she refused the gift of water, you might have offended my wife.
I did?
You did. And she speaks up again. The gift of water. Out in the desert, the water is very rare. And so to give one's personal water to another is a sign of respect.
Now I know. And now hand my flask over. My water skin over.
Oh no, it's a symbolic gesture. It's just it's not a real thing, but I appreciate it.
I'm learning new things.
Yes. Well, hey guys, this has been great and all, but I'm getting off duty, so I'm going to go get them situated and figure out what I should be calling my new son? And he looks over to her and she nods. Son! I have a son!
Remember.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I would pass out cigars if I had any.
Remember.
I'll gingerly pull back one of Tula's fingers so that Sky can talk.
Yeah, I kind of want to hear
Thanks,
this
but
too.
I don't smoke.
Oh, okay.
Clamp.
Carp.
Well, if you're ever in the area, let us know if you need anything.
Oh, I'm always in the area. This is kind of my life. Also, this one's for Shay.
Yeah.
The more you know. Alright. Jokings aside. So yeah.
We better be going too.
Okay. They give a final bow and you see him kind of gingerly go with Giselda and puts an arm around her waist and he's like, "Yeah, we'll have to get you settled in for while you're here, and if the others are arriving shortly after, we should make plans for a feast and have them set up their tents outside for trade, and it'll be great. I'll make sure the captain knows." And you hear him just trailing off as they start walking in the opposite direction.
Now that
you guys...
he's going away, I gently pry Tola's hand off my mouth.
Clamp.
What does he mean, others?
He made it very obvious. She travels with her family and spends a lot of time with her family. Likely her clan's coming up with her. And they're probably bringing their entire camp with them.
Ren?
Yep.
Another logistical question. For my time spent with Crowley, would I have been able to get the name of his demon enemies from him?
No. Not at all.
Okay.
Sky, hearing this, looks at the town, looks at Groggs, looks back at the town, looks in this wide open area where the tents can go, looks back at Groggs and goes, "Oh yeah, this will go over great."
Mm-hmm. So y'all are heading over to Groggs now, or?
It'll be fine. They're very neutral. I don't think people are going to be starting anything. They'll be a little nervous, but as long as they stay outside, I don't know if anyone can rightly
Really? Because
complain
I
too
get
much.
weird looks when I'm in town, and I'm, Just a smaller person.
Say
No, you
say
get
them-
weird looks because of your big mouth, not because of your short stature.
That is probably true, but I will refute it anyway.
Say don't like elves more than they don't like others.
No wonder why they like Crowley.
What?
What?
This guy's just doesn't explain himself, just keeps walking.
Nice.
Right. Let's just get back to Grogs. I need to.
Yeah. All
Oh,
right.
I need to sit down.
Alright, so arriving at Grog's, you guys are getting into the setting sun, early evening. The farmers who generally frequent the place and all of the other various adventuring riffraff have made their way into the tavern, so it's quite busy, but there's still a table for you all to get settled in, and of course Grog is the first one to greet you guys when you come in, and hey, you're not dead. That's
Hey,
good.
Grog.
Why do people keep saying that?
Oh,
Because
you know,
we almost
Because
died.
we're
We got that look about us.
you're the greenhorns around here, so we just kind of expect that you'll either survive or, well, you won't come back. And so,
Totally just a claw up to his
Do,
horns and just. Was that racist? I'm not sure.
No.
do,
Brayden looks over. No. And he leans in the table and kind of gives Grog a stare. That greenhorn.
well, most of you are greenhorns. You're a greenhorn when it comes to adventuring. That's all.
So, Grog,
Okay.
do you get a lot of people who just don't come back or come back dead?
Adventuring's a dangerous life. Yeah, you live to be about my age, you'd understand that you probably shouldn't get attached to at least half the people you're traveling with.
But Lee, how would they come back dead? If they came back dead, they'd be undead, and that's kind of a problem.
Well,
Or they had a good
or
cleric.
they had someone carries them back, their body back. That's who knows.
That is also true. She is very perceptive.
Thank you. But you say you try not to get attached to adventurers.
I
I'm
was
I'm
more
likable, right?
Oh yes, no, that's not what I meant. I meant you should get attached to people because they
To
might
half our
die.
companions.
Yeah, at least
Luckily,
half.
half our companions are also half companions. So.
Well, you should get used to a quarter of them then.
I
He
jump
lets out
up
a
and
laugh.
hang off of Tola's greenhorns.
Oh, there you go.
I not that
Puns.
strong.
All right, so before you guys start tearing up my my tavern here, what are we doing for you for meals, huh?
I reach into my bag and pull out the quote unquote souvenir mug. Fill her up.
What's the most
Good man.
expensive tea you have?
He
Expense doesn't mean good.
kind of
What's
pauses
the
and
most delicious tea you have?
There you go.
he's like, Matilda, we got tea. And she kind of pokes her head out of the little window that connects the kitchen. And she's like, tea? Well, that's an elven thing, right? He's like, yes. It's an elven thing. Just grab some roots and put it under hot water. She kind of like stares over at you confused, and she's like, are you sure?
With 2 spoons of sugar.
It helps the medicine go down.
I like sugar in my tea.
Whatever you got left over from the chicken, the heaviest drink you got.
All right.
Give him what I'm having.
Oh. Sure, give me what he's having.
And I'm going to
I knew you'd
take
have
this
to
to the
say.
center of the tavern, hop up on a table, take out my violin, and start playing. I am also using one of the spell slots I got from leveling up. Oh wait, do I get those yet?
No.
Not
you
until
gotta
you
sleep.
rest.
Oh, okay. Then I will exhaustively play.
Sorry?
That reminds me. I know you have that rule for spellcasters. Do you have that rule for other characters as well? Like I don't get a free rage upgrade.
I mean, technically, it's just because.
We've always had our numbers advanced, but our slots have never replenished.
Yeah.
So if you get a new
okay.
slot,
That's a good way to explain it.
Okay, so even though I'm not expecting it, I've used my 2 rages today already, but I just gained a 3rd, which states I can rage up to 3 times a day, but in reality I'm treating it like spell slots. Got it.
Yeah, and after a moment, Matilda's head pokes out again. She's like, I'm just joshing you, girl. Green, black, or white?
White, please.
Alright, we got mango pear, silver needle, white peony, white tea, rose mint.
Oh, pear sounds good.
Coming up.
Thank you.
And Grog kind of looks and he's like, yeah, she's real big on importing those foo-foo-y hot water beverages. It doesn't taste like anything to me. I'll just have coffee, thanks.
Braden's gonna order. He's just gonna give me 2 of the hardest drinks you have and a lot of meats. I'm very hungry.
You're gonna do the Ron Swanson, all the bacon you have.
And be like, I don't know if you heard what I said. I didn't say I want most of it. I want all of it.
Want all of the bacon. Okay, so
we've lost a lot of blood today.
Well, I mean, bacon's a good way to get that back. That's for sure. Where's my menu? I lost my menu generator. Well, anyways, you guys are saying you just want all of the bacon, leftover chicken. There's an order of the pear white tea.
Pretty much.
Some great alcohol to top it off. So you guys end up paying a couple silver to cover the whole table, and they like you guys, so they're pretty quick on getting it out in good service. The dire chickens are served up fried this time, along with a good portion of waffle with it.
Ooh,
They keep
chicken waffles.
Yep, I know, it sounds so good right now.
I want chicken and waffles now.
They keep the ale and
it's
stuff
fun
coming,
with this.
and you guys are pretty well off, and Lee's performance is great. Keeps the crowd entertained. It generates her extra roll. 10 plus 26. You get 4 silver and 6 copper along with it, because people are just like, woo, she's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys are settling in. It's a little bit on the evening time now. Anything else you guys wanted to be doing?
I have plans after I rest, but
I was gonna talk with Grog and tell him, oh yeah, hey, we met an ogre.
Ah, an ogre. Out in the woods, huh?
Yeah, we cut his hair, and he was all right with it.
That's weird.
I honestly expected us to get smashed, but he's really good at talking with ogre people. Points at Tola.
his name is Yothab.
You don't speak giant. Of course you expected to get smashed.
Well, yeah.
You sound drunk. Are you drunk already?
I'm not a heavy drinker, and I just had the strongest thing.
Yothab's a real individual, all right. Being a half-breed, regular ogres don't take well to us, so we tend to just stay closer to town, because at least humans are a little more amiable towards outsiders. Just takes some getting used to.
I think I'm learning that you can placate anything with music.
Ah, that's a good philosophy to have.
Tola's drank his
And for
mug.
everything else, insults and fireballs.
That's also a good philosophy to have.
Well, there's some things fireballs and insults don't work so good on.
He's not very good with his drink, is he?
I didn't understand that, but I agree.
I don't know what's wrong with him. Sky has already downed his massive mug. He's fine, probably.
Just for flavor, let's see how this actually works out. Not great.
Yeah, you're getting tipsy on it.
It's like, I'm a light drinker. Great con save.
You're kind of a lightweight when it comes to turtles.
It's like, I do have a great con save. He's just not used to drinking. He comes from Elflands. The heaviest thing he drinks is fruity wines. If anything.
Fruity wines.
I am totally playing this piano song right now.
Nice.
And mage school moonshine out of the bathrooms.
That's super
Wow.
hardcore. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Some of that ultra whiskey.
The ultra whiskey that has a chance of killing you.
It's good stuff.
That would make you breathe fire. That's probably what made you think you had dragon breath.
Nice.
I don't know. Someone had to have convinced him to do it at school. At some point. Them elves, they're
So,
reckless sometimes.
Anyway, after telling Grog about the ogre, I'm heading up to my exceptionally spacey room since my friends left and going to sleep.
Yeah, you notice that Ruz's stuff is gone.
It's been a long couple of days, Grog.
Flump. Snorbird.
Grog, I hear that Darwin's girlfriend's in town.
Good. I didn't even know he had a girlfriend. That's interesting.
He
Oh,
apparently has a kid as well.
Ah, well, good for him.
and you might be getting some extra visitors later.
Extra visitors. He kind of.
His wife's a tiefling, and I think she's bringing her whole family. And
Ah,
they're going to be parking themselves outside of town, from what we overheard.
oh, that's good for business then. Yeah, excellent.
I learned that it's polite to offer some water, right?
Well, I haven't been down to the demon wastes myself, but
It's
I
polite
do.
for them to offer water, because it's so rare down there.
Yes, your personal water is what I recall. It's better. It's
Wait,
better.
was that her spitting? Was that her personal water?
Roll me an insight, Tula.
Drunk insight.
Oh boy. That 20.
Yes, that was her spit as her personal water.
Oh.
So they're
I'm-
real
I'm-
into spit swapping. Got it.
Whoa. Thanks, Drunk Tola.
He is brutally honest right now.
He's sky level, brutally honest.
That is sky levels of brutal, dude. But yeah, you're very certain that the spit is what they mean.
Once I
Oh.
finish eating and finish my tea, I will pay and head up to my room.
So it can't be worse than all of the bandits and devil and Yankee.
Tula,
Yeah?
you gonna be alright drinking like this?
Oh, I think I'm done. I just need
Just needed
something to take the edge off.
to drown all of his sorrows. We just sent a boy into the plains.
What about you, Brayden?
I'm gonna just drink for a while, think about everything that happened, and probably cry in a corner somewhere.
Why?
Well, I mean, they all souls to a devil, and you watch
Nope.
people like almost get killed multiple times on
Brandon and
On
Lee have now
stage.
repaid their debts.
I'm gonna
It's
sit
just
down.
Tola and Sky that still have the debt looming over their head.
Yes,
I'm
but
gonna sit down beside and across from Brayden. So, so it wasn't just you on the contract.
no, he would only accept the contract because of what happened if I had to include all of your souls.
Fucking bastard. Well, I'm grateful that we're alive. I did
Nice.
try. I tried reasoning.
I know,
That
and while
I-
I'm eventually I'll get over that because it was going okay. And he's saying this after his second hard drink. But you know what? We'll be fine. They'll take care of it, and then eventually we'll lead an angry mob to and kill him. You know.
I very much want that. But he has something that's dangerous. Now, I'm worried for the town.
That soul cairn.
Yes, that is. As long as he has it, I don't feel like this town is very safe. Not that it was safe before, but
You don't come out to a place like this, start raising suspicions, and expect to not be run out of the town, no matter how powerful he is. He's here to lay low.
Even if that's true, and I'm sure it is, I wonder what's stopping him from going to recent graves and harvesting with that tool he now has.
Short
Well,
of their
I
souls being
figure-
gone.
Figure a lot of the souls have moved on by now. They're not just things that linger unless there's a reason for them to.
A lot of them. We better hope nobody dies for a while here.
Like, oh, we can't
He's-
exactly help it.
No,
Whatever happens.
but he is bound to outlive.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not going to be a problem eventually, or it might never be a problem. He's a creature with a plan. He's not just going to do anything spur the moment. Not likely.
I
And
think
he's evil, but again, he's the kind that crossed his own. He's not going to make too much of a name for himself.
so. If his own found him, that's trouble for him.
But also trouble for the town, because they're devils. Point being, the best thing he can do for himself right now is keep a low profile. He won't do anything to raise suspicions, and he's been here a lot longer than we have. So he's good at keeping himself low profile.
Then the door opens and Crowley walks in.
Does he really?
Yeah, absolutely. He's wearing his usual suit. There's a nice red vest and red silk tie that goes with it, and a nice gold clip to keep it in place. He's got his snakeskin boots, and he walks right by you guys and heads to his corner where he sits down.
Oh, he's always the guy in the fucking corner.
Oh yeah. He was the dude in the corner since the first episode.
I sip my tea and just watch him closely.
If it's all the same to you two, I'm gonna go pay Grog for my stay and go lie down in the floor.
You were just insisting on that flop. Go get a bed, you lazy.
He has a bed.
I can't use a bed, so I might as well not take up one of their rooms.
Okay.
What is Crowley doing, and is there anybody else around him?
Crawley's sitting alone. By now he's gotten the attention of a waitress, and she brought him a familiar-looking flask of a blue liquid in a crystal decanter and a single cup, and he went ahead and poured himself some. And, it had the telltale shifting of that blue to green as it pours, and as you're watching him, he kind of locks eyes with you, and he tilts his head in acknowledgement and raises his glass and takes a sip. Otherwise, he doesn't seem to really care that you're there.
Fucking bastard. All right. I'm gonna keep an eye on him for a little longer, and then I'm gonna go to bed if nothing happens.
Yeah, he's done nothing more than acknowledge your existence. He's like, oh, hey, you're here too. Oh, nice. But he kind of keeps to himself, and he gets probably 2 or 3 glasses of the orphan's tears before he hands it back off to the woman. Every so often, a person will come up to him, and they don't sit. They'll stand, more of like a kind of groveling stand. Some will pass over coin pouches or some documentations, and he'll sign something and slide it back to them, and they'll do a couple of grateful bows and disappear.
Do I recognize any of those people?
No, they're just villagers here. You might have seen 1 or 2 going about there every day, but these are just people who are making sure that they keep their debts paid, and they're trying to keep him happy by being there on time and groveling and not being like excessively showy about it, but it's like, oh hey, you're here, we need to talk about business, and here's my monthly payment, so don't close my shop sort of behavior.
All right. I do want to visit some places tomorrow. Do either of you need anything?
I think everybody else has gone to bed.
Oh, well then, yeah, I'll go to bed as well.
Alrighty. So, while you guys are sleeping, let's see. Let's do this. 1d4. Boop. So that means... Oh, well, okay. I rolled it. This is how it comes out. Lee, while you're sleeping, trancing, you have a dream that... Let me turn this music off so it can be a little more clear. As much as I like it. Lee, you are in the middle of your trance when you start to dream. You are not in Stillwater anymore, but instead you're in a large metropolis city. It looks human in make, and you're busy climbing up the side of a stone building, very tower-like in its shape. You can see that your hands are covered in dark material, gloved all the way up, and you don't feel tired from climbing, but you know that you're making the exertion of doing this movement. And as you climb over the lip of a balcony, you see that you're on a very large half-circle balcony with a doorway that's covered with very clear, translucent shawl. One of those, like, think back to like Aladdin when He showed up in front of Jasmine's thing, and there was like the covering over the
Silk
door.
drapes.
Yeah, silk drapes to let the breeze in, but not let anything else in. There's some silk drapes that separate the outside, but lets the breeze in. You skulk your way carefully, silently through the drapes, and you can hear the sound of somebody sleeping in a bed overhead. And as you approach, you draw a very long, curved weapon, and you step closer until you're looming directly overhead, and you get the image of a young man, probably no older than early 20s, but you bring the blade up. And
Can I will myself to stop the blade?
No. This feels very much like a dream, but you're more of spectating than taking part in it. But as you bring the blade up, it comes down, and on that first strike is when you're trying to will yourself back, or will yourself to stop, but instead you just wake up with the start as it comes down and makes the impact.
Shit. What time is it?
It's
I'll-
probably about 5 in the morning. You had your sleep interrupted. Keep doing that. I keep seeing the screen flash like it's doing something weird. Okay. Yeah. It's
So
like,
I only need to transfer 4 hours, I think,
Mhm.
before, and then it's just light activity.
yep. Oh,
Did I get my 4 hours at least?
Yes, you got your 4 hours. So this would have been on the tail end of your trancing.
I'm going to check the footlocker that I have everything in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to check my weapon. Is it my dagger and not some other person's dagger?
No, it is very much your dagger, and there's nothing strange about it. It's clean, it's still in its scabbard. Nothing unusual has happened with it.
Do I happen to have any recollection of who I saw laying in the bed?
You can give me a
Who the
history
man
check.
was? Come on, history, don't kill me.
Don't fail it this time. 13. You recall from looking through some pictures. You're kind of going over what information you knew of your time back in the State of Fate, and as you're going over the list of who that might have been, or even where that might have been, you start piecing together that, oh shit, that looked like the capital. Oh shit, that looked kind of like somebody that you were supposed to meet. And then a name comes to mind. Theodore.
Oh shit. I
And
just
you-
say that out loud.
And you oh shit. So, it's about 5 o'clock now. Is anybody else awake?
Braden would be by now. He wouldn't
would
feel
Sky.
all that.
He
He
went to
wouldn't
bed
feel all
early.
that great, but
This guy feels amazing
Alright.
and more angry.
The halfling squad is up, but Sky, you have your oh shit moment.
Okay. Something could be very, very bad, very bad. I'm going to take out my quill and paper, and I'm going to sit and think about what I need to write.
Okay. We're going to pan over to the halfling squad. You guys are up. And are you down into the main area?
I would go down to get breakfast, get drinks, and check out the job board.
All right. Brayden, are you down there as well?
He's doing the same exact thing, seeing if there's any new jobs or anything, and probably talking to Grog to see if he knows any more work to be.
All right. So breakfast today is going to consist of some boiled oats with fresh berries, toast, a couple of eggs, and unfortunately,
No bacon.
Yeah, I was like,
You don't-
unfortunately, there's no bacon, so you're kind
Did you
of.
have to eat all the bacon?
Yes, yes, I did.
Yes, I wanted all the bacon.
Yeah, but now there's no bacon.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure some farmer will want us to kill dire pigs, and then we'll have plenty of bacon to go with the chicken.
Please don't say that. I don't want to look now at the job board. Why are you?
Hey, dire boars are a thing,
They are.
and I mean they naturally come salted and caramelized.
It's great.
It is good stuff.
Did you have to bring up the dire chickens again?
I mean, yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll find dire eggs next time, and then we'd have huge omelets.
Oh, ostrich-sized omelets, those are so good.
What came first, the dire chicken or the dire egg?
Your int isn't high enough to philosophize that.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
You know what? Why don't we say something else? And it became a dire chicken.
Yeah, magic is weird. Anyway,
Magic is weird. Anyways, so as the two of you order your breakfast and settle in, there are 3 notices sitting up on the board. One, they all have a nice wax stamp on them, but one looks a little bit more important than the others, which is this one. And then there's 2 more. I'm going to link those as well. Just feel free to scoot those to the side.
oh well, that one's important.
And then this one.
Okay, move those over. By order of the king, as Sky is reading out loud, the Guild of Heroes is looking to take on new affiliates within the barony of Dussel. Is that a D or is
Yeah,
that
it's
a
a
D?
D. I
Dussel,
it is in plain script
a
below.
guild. Dussel a guild.
It's
Oh,
in-
okay. There's no. I can't see the comma, but between the L or a period.
Yeah, like I said,
Dussel.
there's
A
if you
guild
scroll
representative.
down, it's in plain text, so you can actually read it.
I'll get to the plain text. A guild representative will meet at the village of Stillwater to investigate a nearby set of ruins to evaluate potential would-be members. Acceptance into the guild comes with a monthly stipend based on the affiliate's ranking, lodging within all guild halls, located within the 6 province major cities, as well as official license to operate within the demilitarized. Ooh, that sounds important. We won't have to dodge patrols anymore. Special
Don't
contracts
say
are also
that out
provided to
loud.
guild members with incentives of increased rank and pay. Sky immediately tears that one down,
Right when Braden was about to reach for it, he was like,
hands it
Oh,
over to
okay.
Brayden.
You didn't
It's like,
finish
this sounds great.
it.
I hand it over to Brayden. Here you go.
"Thank you." So we're doing this one. Let's make sure the other 2 don't involve farming
Mhm.
or weird robots, because our weird boxes.
I can't. Look, I assumed it was just carpentry work, and we had to deal with a random Modron.
You know that
Just
Modron was fun.
stuff happened. Caravan to the capital. Travel north to the capital. We'll need some. Question: how far away is the capital? By if we walked.
If you walked,
Yeah.
it'd probably be a month on foot.
What was that again? You cut out.
Month on foot. It's about 2 weeks by
Okay.
horse.
Travel north to the capital. We'll need some caravan guards to help keep the supply of goods and trinkets safe. Contact Oswald Dalton, caravan master, for assignment. 2 weeks, and we believe orcs are going to look. But that's 4 weeks of travel, and about 600 gold. I wonder if that's per person.
No, 500 gold is the total. Additional 100 gold each hazard pay.
Oh, there it is. Well, that's 4 weeks. I'd rather stick around. Elven Ruins Expedition. This is a sanctioned request from the Order of the Ebon Hand. Aha. Seeking able-bodied and brave souls to travel into the DMZ to investigate a lost temple. Well, we can't go into the DMZ yet, so...
This is a sanctioned request.
But we can still get bullshit trouble, so I'm putting that over here. It's like, Sky gets to the DMZ after reading it out loud, and Brain just watches him roll the thing back up and put it back on the board. Never mind.
We'll go over and read it. It's like Elven Ruins. Shit, the DMZ. You know what? Let's just do this guild thing. I mean, steady pay. We get to go in there without having to worry about all the, and he puts finger quotes, legal problems, like
Getting
dying.
Getting hanged.
Dying is definitely a legal problem.
Plus, let's see, you can go up in rank according to this, so who knows, maybe we can make names for ourselves out there, and then start making more money.
That's...
Well, I don't know about money, but it'll make good stories for ourselves if we're a part of a guild. Also, though the name is kind of bland. Needs a better name.
You don't like the Guild of Heroes? The good old G of H?
It's so generic.
It is. The good old G of H. I mean, you scrunched your nose at the Order of the Ebon Hand, so I don't know how.
I scrunched my nose at the Order of the Ebon Hand because out of character, it sounds super fishy just by the name alone.
Nah.
Maybe we can get up high in this guild and change it to something else that doesn't sound so generic.
There you go.
The Halfling Mob Squad, I approve.
Wow, seriously? You're gonna criticize my name, and that's the first thing you come up with.
Yeah.
The guild of you must be this tall to die.
You must be this tall to die. Oh, God.
Let's see, there.
Yes, that was the first thing I came up with.
Points for that one. That one was good.
So I guess we'll wait for them to wake up and we'll see if they want to join a guild.
Tula, absolutely, this is when you wake up.
Oh, morning.
He says,
Hi, Tola.
What are the two of you doing up so early?
Looking at a job. Come here.
oh, why did he do that?
Waving frantically.
Sure, I guess. Hey, Grog, you got any more of those waffles?
Nope, no waffles. Got some fresh oatmeal, though. Good for turtle hangover.
How do you know?
I don't. It's a sales pitch.
Good sales pitch.
Thank you.
Well, I'm not hungover, but I'll take the oatmeal all the same.
You were pretty trash, though.
That's what his con save was for, a hangover check.
Yeah, we're very good at recovering. I guess so. I've been like that before, just like once. It's never really bothered me in the mornings.
I really like these tiefling pictures I found. Anywho. So yeah. You guys are showing Tula the information?
Yep. We roll up a piece of paper, and it's like, doesn't this sound great?
Guildmaster Amadeus Rees. One struggle, one people, one destiny. Yeah, sure, that sounds great.
Ignore that last part. That sounds stupid, but the rest of it sounds great.
Fuck you, that sounds amazing.
Sounds like communism. Kidding. Kidding.
Well, if you knew anything,
Sounds like
if you knew anything about your kingdom lore, you would know what it actually meant. Stare.
Look,
I lived in a fucking shack.
look, comrade, you would be proud to serve, okay?
I'm more just saying.
For that matter, Brayden, give me a int roll. Just an int roll.
Oh no.
It's not really history. Oh, well, okay. You've heard it before, and you're not really sure what that nonsense is, but you kind of squint your eyes, and you're like, I don't think that's what it means to Tola, as he's like, oh, that sounds fishy. You're like, I don't know, can't put my finger on it, but no, that's not right. Anywho, continue.
My concern wasn't that; it was more a guild of adventurers situated in the middle of human territory with the slogan "One struggle, one people, one destiny." I'm not sure if Lee and I are gonna be very welcome there.
Well, none of us are human. What's the problem?
Okay, we might not be human, but at least the two of you are Rawlian.
I come running down the stairs, kind of like nervously. I have a letter. I have a letter in my hand that is all sealed with wax and everything.
What's nipping at your heels?
Bad dream.
Did you dream the farm went under?
Oh no. They're
That's
good.
good.
Just shade.
I dreamt that an assassin killed the prince.
That's bad.
That's bad.
Wait, which prince? There's a lot of those.
Prince
I
Theodore.
think.
Do you know who Prince Theodore is?
I could try and roll a history check. I
You
will
absolutely
probably fail
can.
abysmally.
Boop.
Nope.
Mine's a 12.
Tola,
That's not great.
Brayden wins.
Brayden
Brayden
knows.
wins. Brayden, you absolutely know who the prince is.
Yeah, we got drinks before, guys. It's okay.
That happened in the Saturday game. We ended up having drinks with the prince of the kingdom we were rebelling against. It was fun times. Boop. Okay, so there. Linked. You know that Theodore Rahl is the second son of High King Thaddeus Rahl. He's a young man. He's a scholar by nature. He's hasn't done too much because he's second in line. He mostly took up an administrative role, whereas his older brother is the heir. But under his administrative position, he's done a lot of good infrastructure work for Auralia, mostly working out a new aqueduct system to be implemented through a lot of the major cities and irrigation stuff to make the countryside's farming much easier. He's generally well liked because of his good nature and his genuine interest in taking care of the populace, which seems to be a common trait of all of House Rahl. But yeah, so there you go. Also, hey, one struggle, one people, one destiny. That's where you remember it from.
Well, now I know where that phrase is from.
So, I'm sorry, but what exactly about a dream is freaking you out? Like,
It
nightmares
was.
are common.
It was. I've never met the prince before. I've only seen pictures, and this was very, very real. I was seeing through the eyes of the assassin, and it was more like a vision. I don't know. But they climbed up the palace and then snuck into the room and stabbed him.
Yeah, but dreams aren't real.
Insight.
Insight. Oh, well, actually, you go ahead and explain how you're feeling.
I'm feeling very, very kind of off-put, kind of nervous, and like this might have a personal interest to me. Anyway, I need to deliver a letter. I need to talk with someone. I'm going out this morning. Will you all be okay?
Are you gonna be okay?
Sure. Sky slowly
I just
turns.
walk out.
Yeah. Sky turns to Toa. Dreams aren't real, right? All those stories about my mom telling me that, the things in my nightmare can't get to me. She was telling the truth, right?
Oh, God.
I'm
Everything I know is a lie.
I'm sure your nightmares are pretty okay.
I'm heading to Halivard's, by the way.
Okay.
See, with dreams, it's usually got to be stuff that's currently on your mind, and usually that's just things that are bothering you throughout the day, things that you're always scared of.
Oh! I never knew she was always scared of a random human prince dying. That's weird.
When Braden walks by with the rolled up paper, he goes, "Oh, there's like some demon in your head or something."
That's besides the point, and he's a devil.
This might be different, but I'm not sure what to go on here. I've never really... I mean, there's like stories of prophetic dreams, but I've never heard of anyone actually having them. So either she's just scared out of her gourd for no reason, or something's actually happening, and for some reason it decided she got to see.
I'm okay with no reason. Sip.
Either way, she's probably going to be like this for a while, so she probably needs a space, some time to calm down.
Love the concern.
But she's also probably going to be wanting to go to the capital after this, and we got two choices for that, seems like. Because the guild hall would probably be there, but at the same time, there's a direct transport that we could take with this caravan to the capital.
True,
so
but
someone with a history check, where are the guild halls located? Like,
someone with a history check.
Thanks, Tola.
Tola, with your limited knowledge and reading this, you're able to surmise that there are guild halls located in the 6 provinces' major cities. So each of the provinces of Rallia may have at least 2 major cities, and each of those have a guild hall.
Okay.
Stillwater is not a major city.
I didn't think so.
No,
Hey, Grog!
Yeah.
You got a map?
Around here somewhere. Give me a minute. And he disappears into a storeroom to start digging around.
Thanks!
while Grog's gone, Braden's gonna look at him and go, the caravan would get us there probably quicker, but we would just be a bunch of nobody hired guards. They wouldn't listen to us. But if we got into the guild, maybe we'll have a little bit of say-so to let somebody higher up know.
Also, we're not nobodies. We got this writ of awesome from the town.
That's true.
The town love us.
Well, yeah, the town does, but I mean, this stuff, princes assassinated, this is way above my pay grade. I just used to be a
We don't get
soldier, man. I don't need any of
I
this.
don't remember us getting paid at all. Not that I care about it that much, but
You did get paid, though. You have a diamond the size of a grape.
And as far as the town is, well, as far as the Rallian Kingdom is concerned, Stillwater may also just mean backwater. We don't know what their opinion is.
Wow.
He's not insulting them. He's just being honest that they don't know what the opinion
They're like, hey, we can hear you.
Are you sure?
can
Do you
hear
want
you,
us to speak in
damn
smaller
turtle.
syllables? I mean,
It's like, to be fair, anyone staying at Grog's place right now is either not welcome in the town or doesn't normally live there.
Or drunk.
Or drunk, yeah. And slipping it off in the flop.
There you go.
Actually, I think they've been kicked out by this point.
Yeah, they have.
You're the one paying flop customer.
How does that make you
Don't
feel?
use a bed. It makes me feel fine because I'm not taking up a bed that I won't use.
Well, good. Enjoy.
Sky suddenly stares off into the distance and up and says, "How does a turtle couple sleep together?"
Your guess is as good as mine.
I
Remember,
wish Lee was here for that conversation.
my parents were elven. They said they found my eggs, so I don't know.
It takes a while though, if real turtles are anything to base it on.
God damn it, Rid. Sky just thinks about it some more. That's fair. I'm just imagining two shells stacked on top of each other.
Why are you imagining it?
I'm not imagining that. I'm just imagining two turtles fully encased on top of each other as shells, like a stack of barrels. But
it doesn't sound any better as he tries to explain it.
Guy totally puts a claw over Sky's mouth.
It's like, just stop. Don't need to see it.
Sky accepts this and just kind of.
This is why you get weird looks.
Mhm.
This is exactly why you get weird looks.
Sky flips you off, but then he puts it down and he's just like, okay, fine. I accept.
Well, specifically, there's not anything with the guild that states it's got a time limit. What it's saying is we get an interview to become part of it, so we could still do both technically.
I remove Tula's hand. That's why I wanted a map. I want to know if the capital is actually the closest city.
Probably not if it's 2 weeks by horseback.
Exactly.
And it's about
But it's
10 minutes,
it's-
and Grog finally comes back out, and he unfurls a map, and he's like, here you go. It's a bit old and dated, but it's a map. It's just of the Duchy of Dussel, though. Is that fine?
The Duchy of Dussel is, I take it, where we are right now.
That is correct. Also,
Great.
Also,
Yeah,
journal,
that'll be fine.
journal tabs are your friend, Corey.
He's not gonna put two and two together.
I know.
Did you post a thing for the prince in the journal tab?
No, it is just under Rawl, or House Rawl for him.
Okie dokie.
I can update one for him specifically later.
For the record, it's called the Barony of Dussel.
What did I say?
Duchy.
Oh, you're right. It is the barony. Yes, correct. It is the barony.
Either way, I look it over and I'm looking for any major cities.
You know that Dussel, for what it is pretty small, though. Where's my Dussel? House Dussel. I'm on the wrong one, so I gotta link it to you this way. Show to players. House Dussel. Alright, so its only major city, because Dussel is more of a rural area, is Dusselheim. So it's their capital of this province.
Okay. Are there any outposts or towns on the way to Dusselheim? And is there actually like a
Harrowhale is between you and Dusselheim.
Okay. Hey Grog, is Harrowhale still here? You said the map's dated. I don't know if anything's happened to it or not.
Oh, yeah. It's still here, still prospering. Nice bread market, really.
Okay. I also look for like what do they call it? Not a ledger. The little mile markers on the maps to show me scale.
You can guess that Harrowhale's probably 3 days. Dusselheim is probably 4 or 5.
Okay, still closer than still. That's
And this
2
is
weeks.
this is this is all on horse, mind you, not on foot.
That's still 2 weeks travel back and forth if we do that rather than a month. So that's way better. Sky says, "Well, that's way closer than the caravan here."
Mm-hmm.
So that'd take much less time if we do this.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about?
No, seriously, what are you going on about?
The guild recruitment thingy, as I hold up the application, says the recruitment halls are or I'm assuming the recruitment halls, Rin, are in the major cities.
Reread
A
that.
guild representative will meet at the village of Stillwater to investigate a nearby set of ruins to evaluate potential would-be members.
Oh!
We don't have to go.
Then I roll the map back up and
I was like, are you gonna throw Grog's stuff at him? It's like
debating that. I'm like, no, that sounds dumb.
Scene cuts to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Jazz getting tossed out of building, but instead it's Sky. Just yeah. All right.
Well, what I was saying is we can apply, and let's face it, Lee's gonna be wanting to go to the capital to make sure.
Well, yeah,
He might be wanting to go there, but
that's a month away. No, 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks away. That's gonna.
of course it's gonna take some time. But you think you can explain that to a panicked elf?
Sure, I can. She just probably won't listen.
Meanwhile, the scene transitions. Lee, you're frantically making your way over to the alchemist shop. You see that there's that telltale green vapor coming from the chimney and some of the upper windows, and the sign reads open.
I enter.
Okay.
Sardonyx Alivard?
Damn it, I don't have the door chime. Okay, yeah, so as you open the door, it goes ding-ling-a-ling-ling, and you hear just a moment, I'll be right there. And after a moment, Sardonyx is adjusting her little witchy hat, and she pops up onto a box that elevates her on the counter, and she's like, "Hello, what can I do for you?"
Hi,
You're not dead, that's great.
Can I get a hat? I want a hat like that. Actually, something more important. I had a dream, a vision, something, a premonition maybe? I don't know. But it makes me really, really nervous. And
she's nodding and trying to keep up.
And you can do magic, right? Can you cast any spells that can send a message really fast?
Do I know magic, she says. Lady, I used to be a part of the Arcane College in the Sainafate. Of course I know magic.
A candymancer, yeah.
Yeah, the best.
Very brilliant, by the way.
Thank you.
Do you have any spells that can send a message really quickly?
Yes, you need a sending spell, absolutely.
Yes, I'll pay you.
Well, you don't need to pay me, darling. What do you need sent?
So my dream, nightmare, vision, or premonition, I don't know which it is. I saw an assassin kill the prince. Prince Theodore.
She does a gasp, and she covers her mouth with a gloved hand. That is very serious. Are you certain of what you saw?
Yes, yeah. I'm really, really hoping that it's a premonition and I can stop it, because if I'm not in a good position to be part of a war right now.
Yeah, you're kind of on the wrong side of the border for that.
Yeah. Do you know anybody in the capital of Rahl that you can send a message to and find out if if this is true or not?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You'll just need to tell me what you want said within 25 words, with -6. So give me a message in 19 words. Yeah.
Okay. Oh gosh, I don't really know what to say. I need to find out if this really happened, or I need to know if this happened yet or not, and if it did. I don't know. What do you think, Sardonyx?
Oh, I don't know. It'll be really bad if what you think you saw is true. Yeah, very very bad.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I guess I'll do my best. And she reaches under her desk and she slaps down.
Should I mention that? Should I mention that someone from the Cinefade had this vision, or would that be bad?
I think the less questions that'll be directed towards me will be best. And she nods her head. If I start giving too many details, and if there's an investigation per se, they might start asking questions about how I know things. And given that you're looking very worried about this, we probably don't want to attract attention.
Okay.
Great. So she slaps down her book and she opens it up and she starts flipping through her pages. At this moment, Halivard comes through the back door and he stretches and he yawns and he's like, "Oh, what's all this then?"
Oh, I had a dream or premonition or vision or something, and I'm trying to find out if it's true, because if it's true, then it's very, very bad.
Yeah, she needs a sending spell. She wants to make sure that somebody in the capital is okay. And he kind of scrunches his nose and he's like, "An assassination? I don't think something like that would happen. That's..."
Did she say assassination?
She said assassination.
Oh, okay.
And so, with that, she finds the page she's looking for and she's like, "Here we go. Got it. Okay, so, here we go. Hello, Frederick. It's Sardonyx. How are you? Is royal family okay? Please alert if not dead." Haha, 16! And she got it. "Oh, you can respond to this message." And then you see like the page flash and it goes quiet for a moment. And he kind of looks at her and he's like, why did you put that last part in there?" "Oh, so they know that they can respond, because, they're usually not magic users that get these messages, so now they know."
Is Frederick a magic user?
Yes. It's a habit.
Oh yeah.
And after that, she kind of perks up a bit and she's like, oh dear. I don't know how to say this. Halivard, you might want to take a seat. And he kind of looks and he's like, no, really, it's fine. I think I can handle whatever you're trying to say. And she shakes her head and she's like, no, Halivard, they're dead. Who?
They.
All of them. Thaddeus, Julius, Celestine, all of them. Even Theodore.
At this point, my ears just wilt and I go paler. Like, more pale than I am.
There was an attack on the capital. I didn't get full details, but they said everyone. I'm sorry, I wish I knew more.
Okay. Why would I have a vision like that?
I don't know. Is there anything that you need to tell us? And she kind of looks between you and Talivard, who's pacing now.
You promised not to tell anyone.
Well, yeah, I mean, I promise. Halivard? And he's still pacing, and he's looking increasingly frustrated, and he's like, no. Halivard? No. And he shows a surprising amount of emotion as he just yells out in frustration, and there's a torrent of arcane energy that shoots from his open mouth, his eyes, his hands, and he obliterates a shelf of alchemical stuff, and give me an Arcana check. Okay. You've heard of sorcerers having weird magic. Even your turtle friend claims that he got his stuff from dragons. But this looks like raw, unbridled arcane energy just being...
Wild magic.
There it is. Yeah, out of character, it's wild magic. But, yeah, he just had a moment of losing control, and in his anger and grief, he just let it all out, and he just decimates this shelf, and she's like, "Oh my God, Halivard, no!" And
stories were true. You are sorcerer.
Good.
And now the shop's on fire.
Yeah, now the shop's on fire. Actually, from Grog's place, you guys can hear there's a sizable exploding sound.
What was that?
I make sure that the door is closed and locked.
Yeah, and so there's a sizable explosion, and even Grog kind of perks his head up, and he's like, "The alchemist must be ruined again. It's fine." He kind of turns on his heels, and he's like, "What do you know?"
I didn't just hear that. I felt that.
I don't know. I've never met the prince before. I just had that vision.
Well, you told us to promise you something, and I think at least
My name is Asli Shalu Melefe Ilithanda II.
And there's very clear recollection from Halivard, and after a moment, Sarnonyx's eyes perk up, and she's like, "What? No way! You couldn't be."
I ran away from home when I heard I was going to be married. It's not that I was against it. I wanted to see the world, and I wanted to learn my magic before I settled down into anything, and then I had this vision, and I don't know what to do.
Does anyone from Mythianor know you're here?
I don't think so.
And you were supposed to marry one of the princes.
I just nod nervously.
And now they're dead. You don't think that's connected, do you? It might be a retaliation for the lady going missing.
I wouldn't. I don't mean for any of that.
Halivard, should we tell somebody? No, we don't tell anyone. If they find out that she's here, then they'll send people to collect, and if there was already an assassination, they're not getting through peacefully.
You think that this is because I ran away?
I think that maybe they're looking for an excuse.
I don't want a war.
Oh, I don't think anyone wants a war. War is a result of the failure of peace, and I don't think anybody wanted this peace. Really, at least not on the Xenophate side. It's part of why I left.
This is really, really, really bad. I'm like, I'm starting to cry at this point. I don't know what to do.
It'll be.
I was going to send a letter to my parents and see if I don't know now.
I think it would be best that if you can get a message to them that you're all right, it may forestall any further hostile actions. For all we know, the Xenophate may not be behind this.
I don't. If my people have done this, then both sides will kill me.
I think for now it's best you don't tell anyone who you are then. Just send word that you're okay.
Sardonyx, can I bother you for another sending spell? I think it's too dangerous to send a letter.
Well,
I'll pay whatever I have.
I tell you what, I'll do a sending spell to a contact that I have in the Xenophate who can pass the message along. That way it can't be scribed back to us to avoid...
Do you trust them?
With my life.
Then I trust you.
Great. I'm glad you trust me. Halivard, I'm gonna get in contact with the Arcane School, so you may want to go not be within scrying facility since I know they have their wards on you. Go ahead and step outside and we'll get this message done. You should probably go track down her friends and let I don't know.
They don't know that I'm an Islander.
Oh, then don't tell them anything. Just go have a drink and calm down. Yeah, that's it. Go calm down and have a nice drink. Do that. And he kind of stares and nods, and he's like, a drink, yes. I'll have to explain that explosion to the guard anyways. Right, I'll see you all in a little while, and he collects his pipe and he heads out towards Grog's place. So while that message is getting sent, I'll fast forward a little bit.
Out of character. We have a elven princess in our party. Who knew? Hey, this won't complicate anything.
Nope, never does.
Everyone, always.
I was gonna save the reveal for like a big moment, but this sort of tipped it.
Rolled. Here you go.
Yeah, it was completely a random roll too. I was like, oh well, this is happening.
Thank goodness you didn't give it to Sky.
Yeah, and it would have been like, that was a weird dream. Oh well.
that is exactly what he would have done.
Yeah.
That was weird. Oh well. Moving on. And not have made a mention of it.
With the explosion, what did the three of you do though?
Well, we got up and was like, what was that? I felt that. And Grog said, oh, it's nothing, it's just the alchemy shop blowing up. Happens all the time. And I was like, oh, okay, sit back.
Okay.
He has the episodes like that with his magic.
Well, no, we found an explosion go off.
Yeah, you only felt an explosion, and Grog said, oh, that's just him probably brewing something. He's an alchemist.
Well, also knows he's a sorcerer.
You're right. But Grog said it was an alchemy thing.
Well, if you're sure,
Well,
it's a weird thing.
not sure, but nothing's on fire, so hey, that's progress.
Nothing's on
Yeah.
fire.
Yet.
Everything. This is fine.
This is fine. Yeah, so after a little while, he's not the first person to cross in. Actually, there's a young boy carrying a stack of papers who comes in before Halivard, but Halivard comes in as well as this kid rushes in, and the kid holds up the pamphlet, and he's like, "Excuse me, sir, is it alright if I read this out loud? 10 gold said it was okay." And Grog's like, "Well, far be it from me to tell you that you can't do a thing they said in my own place, so go ahead." And he smiles because he's being sarcastic. And the kid gets up on a chair and he looks at his paper and he reads out, "Royal family assassinated. Trolls seen in the Dunninmore. What else? Orcs on the move on the western plains. Royal family assassinated. Trolls on the Dunninmore. Orcs."
Wow, news travels fast.
I was about to say, holy shit.
I mean, you just had a message spell get sent, so...
Yeah, I figured I was going to end up sending a letter, but now I think it's too dangerous.
They probably have carrier pigeons. Tons and tons of carrier pigeons.
Not the pigeons.
Oh, the pigeons.
Or they're carrier dire pigeons. That'll make you feel better.
Carrier dire pigeons, yes.
There is just now a lump in Tola's throat. Oh, okay.
This guy looks over at Tola. Huh. I thought you said dreams weren't real.
The turtle is pale. The turtle is super pale.
Pale
Can a
green.
turtle go pale?
Pale green.
He's like a sheet.
All of the carrier pigeons.
Like I said, might not be a dream, and this is... Why does she know? Why is this... Oh, this is bad. This is bad. He reaches 2 claws for his temples and just starts rubbing. Oh, well, we're definitely gonna need that sanction now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Or else the moment that something comes out about this, you know they're gonna blame it on the... Even if it is or isn't, we have no way of knowing. They'd blame it on the Saint of Fate. And we'll get thrown out immediately, or taken
Or
prison.
killed.
Or killed.
That too, yeah. Oh. This is not good.
You want some of my drink? You look like you need it.
I think we're gonna need our wits about us today.
All right. With that note, fellas, we're gonna take our break.
Oh, I really need one.
That was a good
Damn it,
dramatic
Red.
moment there. Good job. All right, so
Welcome.
we'll be back.
And
Go ahead.
Rin, check the chat. See if there's anybody actually saying hello this time.
I have it open on my phone. I haven't seen anything, unless that was you telling me to check it because of something. Oh,
No.
hey, boop! Why'd you open up over there? Shaboop.
So god damn it, Taurus will eat anything. Change my mind.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to step away. So I'm going to mute or deafen this. And there's that. Well, it looks like I got back right on time. Okay, so let's flip this back over. Hi guys, I'm back. Anybody else?
Welcome
not
back.
here?
Hello.
Welcome back.
Is that everybody?
Hey.
All right, great. Yeah, so sorry, I had to definitely mute you guys because there were a couple of people who were like, yeah, you should just do that and put music on because hearing Corey talk to his mom while on break is... Well, it's like, okay, I'll just make sure none of the sounds bleed through. Not that, you
You're
know,
not wrong.
not that you talking to your mom is a bad thing, but yeah. All right, so just one quick thing. Official Dragon Star is now hosting us with 7 viewers. Thanks, Official Dragon Star. You rock. Dragon Star. Okay, so yes, Halivard's arrived. You've all got to see a bit of bad news. In the form of a town crier announcing that, yes, dreams do come true. Halivard makes his way over to the bar and he looks over to Grog and he's like, orphan tears, I need orphan tears. And Grog is like, oh, it's a bit early for that. And he's like, no man, I need it right now. And he's like, oh, hey, well, sure. And he pours him a glass of it and he's like, what's the matter? He's like,
Out of character question. Is Sardonyx and Lee going to join them, or are they just kind of staying low in the building right now?
they're gonna get, you guys are gonna get the message out, and then that's up to you if you want to have them come back and rejoin the group or not.
Also, before the crier had left, like Tola, I would have probably picked up a pamphlet from the crier
Okay.
for however much they cost.
Copper. So you gotta
And he'd be browsing through that.
Okay. And yeah, well, it's basically just a print of those 3 things.
Oh,
No,
it's not even an
extra
article.
details.
It's just
No, it's well, yeah, no, it's just that. They're just little like notices of, hey, this is the shit that's going on that's really important right now. It's a town crier, not a newspaper.
Well, yeah, you'd think he'd run around with multiple pamphlets.
Nope. Nope, that's it. It's here. This is what's going on. Be in the know. They don't have movable type. What's wrong with you? I mean, they might. Who knows? We haven't done that in-depth world building, and how dare you expect me to answer it? This is joking. Anywho, so Halivard's sitting over in the bar looking like there's a storm cloud over him. Probably a literal storm cloud at this point with the way wild magic works. But he's nursing a glass of orphan tears, and he looks very, very upset.
Sardonyx,
Yes?
did Alivard know the royal family?
Oh, well, I think the best way to put it is, he's the one who introduced, good King Thaddeus to his wife.
Check the book.
Check the book! Queen Jollius was his sister.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not very happy that, you were going to marry his nephew.
Is
Which one?
Thaddeus
Oh.
the one I watched? I just watched my fiance get assassinated through the eyes of the killer.
That's really unfortunate. If it makes you feel any better, no, I really don't have anything to say that could make that feel better. I'm sorry.
Is Alivard? Do you think he's angry with me?
With you?
Or running
No.
away?
You couldn't have had anything to do with it. I mean, aside from the running away part, but I don't I don't think you had any control over what actions would follow. You're just doing what any youthful spirit would do.
Do you think it would have been different if I stayed?
Maybe. Or you could be dead too. We don't know.
Alright. I should probably... my group probably deserves to know who I am, but I don't know how to tell them.
Quietly and away from people.
Quietly and away from people. And maybe once you've had some time to know, you can trust them.
I don't know if I don't think some of them like me.
I'll be straight with you. The halfling has a big mouth.
What did you say?
She called you a big mouth. I wouldn't put my weight in gobstoppers on him keeping it quiet for long.
Even with something this important, huh?
They're an excitable lot.
I don't know. Okay. Do you think I should keep it a secret from them?
No. I think in time you should let them know, but probably not during such a tense moment.
Okay. Thank you.
So, you never got to even talk to him?
No, I never met him before.
That's rough. Maybe you got lucky then.
You think I might have been assassinated if I had stayed?
Who knows? Maybe they would have had you do it. Who knows?
I don't want a war.
Yeah, I kind of like it here too.
I give Sardonyx a kiss on the cheek.
Aw, she blushes. She's like, oh, well, that just sweetened up my day.
Thanks for not throwing me out.
Well, why would I do a thing like that?
I'm sure I'm worth a lot of money right now.
Oh, for sure. Once the bounty's on your head, it might be worth selling you out anyways. I'm kidding. I'm just as wanted by the Saint of Fate after all. Selling you out wouldn't do me any good.
I wouldn't. I want there to be peace between the peoples.
Yeah.
So you got the message sent?
Yes, absolutely. It got through, and my people will contact your people, and hopefully nobody will be murdered because of messages.
Will you help me proofread a letter to send to my parents before I send it?
Absolutely.
All right. And then I am going to show her the letter I wrote.
Okay.
And I'm going to rewrite it.
Okay, yeah, you can send that to me afterwards. So, flipping scene back over to Grog's place. Gang, what are you doing?
So how quickly do you think we should run over to the safety that is Adventure Guild? Talking to Toa.
I don't. Oh God.
Because I don't want to see you turn into soup.
I've got traveler's papers, but I don't think. I don't know what they do in case of a lockdown. Would obviously we're probably not getting back, and trying to go back would raise suspicion. But even if we're not involved, I don't.
But then having the papers means we can. But then having the papers means we can get back, or at least these papers, because then we're aren't adventurers kind of neutral anyway.
That's what I'm hoping.
Exactly.
We're gonna need to leave like the moment Lee gets here, and we can explain everything to her. But
Sure, you don't want some. He's holding out his souvenir mug of doom.
no, I'm good. I didn't expect my career as an adventurer to get,
First a magical portal, now a royal assassination. Yay, us!
Yeah, this is not how I imagined it going the moment I walked into human lands.
Goblins, kobold, a dire bear. That's normal. Dire chickens and magic portals? What is going on? I miss the mountains. Should we go find her? She's been gone a while. Might have strung her up already.
I like that nobody's talked to Halvard.
No, he's got a literal storm cloud over his head. I'm not going near that.
I assume Sky would try to, just because he seems like the most blunt person to just walk up to the sorcerer and be like, "Hey, what's wrong?"
He is, but at the same time, it's just like, if I go near that, I'm gonna get a bolt lightning shot at me. Not doing that today.
And the turtle's just
This is the most cautious I've ever seen Sky.
It's magic. Magic stuff weirds him out.
And yet he wants to learn it.
Hey, the more he learns, the less weird it becomes.
That's fair.
Magic
The more you know.
The more you know.
This is the halfling that was eyes to eye with a Modron and a portal to Sigil.
He didn't go near that fucking portal.
Well, obviously not, or else Toby wouldn't have gone through. Oh, shots fired.
Wow! Douchebag turtle here.
Turtle never said it.
I know. Douchebag best friend. Moving on.
So what you doing, Braden?
Oh, Braden's already like getting his shit together. He's like, well, it looks like the whole guilt thing's gonna be,
I imagine. So what are you doing, Braden? He has a backpack packed with all his stuff. He's looking at you two, waiting to get going.
like waiting to go find that representative. What about you guys?
It was just a matter of time. I'm ready.
After Sardonyx helps proofread and I send the message, I'm gonna find a courier bird that can take it to the Cinefade to my parents.
All right. You ask around, and one of the guardsmen's like, "Oh, there's a Viridian Claw member actually just stopped by. He might be able to help situate you with a courier pigeon if you like. They're over in the town square stocking up on some provisions."
Oh, thank you. I'll go right there. And I hand him a silver and then run off.
Well, the guard looks at it and he's like, "Did anybody see me just take this bribe?" And he pockets it before.
It wasn't a bribe, it was a thank you.
Of course, yeah, totally. He pockets it before anybody notices, and going into the town square, there's a nice little market there where everybody sells their produce and fresh caught fish and stuff. And you notice that there's a man who's well out of place, mostly because he's covered in like shawls and his face is bundled up so that only his eyes are visible. But he's also covered in bird feathers, and there's a number of pigeons perched on his shoulders and his head. Like the bundle head wrap is become a makeshift nest for a particularly large pigeon.
No.
Yep. And he's got a nice walking stick that's carved into a bird head, and he's kind of perusing.
Hello, sir. Yes, that's right. I was looking to purchase, send a message, a letter. I have it here. Can you send it to the Cinefade?
One of the pigeons hops from his shoulder down along his left arm, and it kind of
Hello. And I pet him and I hand him a little. I hold out. I don't know, like some biscuit rations, and I crumble it up for the pigeon.
it pecks at it, and it turns, and finally it looks up, and it's like, message is going to be 5 silver. And it keeps
Done.
pecking.
And I will hand 5 silver, and I will give the letter to the pigeon. And I know how to put a letter in the pigeon, roll it up, and do the thing, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do that, and I will give the directions, and yeah.
All right. And so once you've secured it onto the pigeon, and the druid holds out his hand, and it takes the silver, and he gives a through his muffled mask, and the pigeon's like, yeah, he says this is fine. We'll get that to you over to where you need to go. Just don't worry about it. And he kind of flutters and flaps, and he takes off into the air, and the druid kind of pats your shoulder and goes back
Thank
to
you,
his
sir.
shopping.
And then I will head back to the tavern.
Okay. Lee has arrived back at the tavern.
Oh, Lee! Good! You're back!
I'm
Sky
back.
runs over to Lee, grabs her hand, runs back over to the table.
What?
So, something important came up. Your
Uh-huh.
dream came true. We just found that out.
That's
And,
really creepy.
Yeah, it is. Sky does the Ruz 1,000-yard stare as he thinks about it too hard. But anyway,
I snap my fingers in front of.
but anyway,
Sky's
we
face.
think we should join this adventuring guild thing because, for some protection. If we're a part of this organization, then hopefully the governments will leave us alone. And by us, I mean you two. Points at Tola and B. Because I think we're good. He motions to Braden himself.
What adventuring guild is this?
Holds up the
The
note.
Adventuring Guild. The Guild of Heroes, they've got probably guild halls in every city. Every capital city of every area.
One struggle, one people, one destiny. That sounds very heavily Rallian.
Yeah.
I suppose it might be a good idea to hide in plain sight.
It's the saying of the royal family, so yeah, it's very heavily Rallian. But it's gonna be our best bet for staying here, because obviously we can't go back. We'll just probably be apprehended for seeming suspicious.
But this
Even
gives
if
us a
it's
pass to go
not-
back anyway. Well, it gives us the pass to go into the DMZ, which is where you're from. But
The point is,
I-
we're not sure who did it. I don't know if they know, but
hands covered in black gloves. I'm just remembering my vision, my nightmare.
Well, unless
I-
you saw what faction they belong to, well, we've got a problem because there's
Would I have,
plenty of things that would. Plenty of people probably willing to point fingers at Saint of Fate,
No doubt.
but it's
Hey,
true or
Ren,
not.
Mm-hmm.
would I have recognized anything on the hands or the dagger?
Not on the hands. Their clothing and gloves covered up their skin entirely. The dagger, though, give me a wisdom roll.
Do I get advantage if it was elvish?
No, because you're trying to recall a dream.
Come on.
11. You know that it is definitely elven. You can confirm that the blade itself is elven. You don't recall any distinctive features that would set it apart from one group or the other. But knowing what you know, there are a handful of assassin guilds, including Deathwatch does handle that sort of thing as well. But you can't really place where it might have been.
Okay.
Point being, we've got... I'm assuming you have traveling papers like I do, but we're gonna need something a bit more to just maybe avoid any sort of action on their part. Because if this turns out to be or not be I don't know. If it ends up being a full-on war, we're gonna be in a bit of trouble being on this side. I'm not gonna lie.
If this Guild of Heroes, I don't know how to hide my ears. But if this Guild of Heroes,
Just chop them off, it'll be fine.
I'm guessing that they're very loyal to Ralia. I don't want to be blamed for anything I didn't do.
Oh, if anyone tries to blame you for something you didn't do, I'll just hit them really hard.
There you go. That's the spirit.
I appreciate that, Sky.
You're welcome.
The best thing we can do right now, though, is to get in good with the Rallians and make them sure we came here under good terms. We're not.
I got the
actually
writ
involved
of. I
in
got the
any
writ of
Well, you
awesome
know,
right here.
we could go explore the Feywild for a little while and maybe hope things kind of blow over.
Brayden will kind of like let him go. You know, by the way, working for an official guild like that gives you protection, right?
That's what I'm saying. Trying to say.
Yeah.
No one
Also,
hears what I say.
They're going to trust your word a lot more if you're with them and have proven you are than if you just kind of wander in and go, hey, I'm totally not here to kill the next royal family.
Shh.
Oh,
That was
okay.
harsh.
Okay, sorry. Then I'm here next time kill a royal family right there.
There you go.
There you go.
Also, we have the, writ of. I'm just calling it the writ of awesome. The writ of awesome that was signed by the town guard.
It's an acceptable
That's gonna have
name.
some. That's gonna have something in our favor when we go and apply with these people.
Heck yeah.
I don't think these are handed out that often.
No, don't.
We also don't exactly know how to get to the Feywild, so this might be our best bet for avoiding, any sort of hostilities.
Just Sky speaking out his ass for when his mother told him stories. I thought it involved toadstools. We know some toadstools. We could go talk to them.
There are doorways into the Feywild, stable doorways. This one says it's only rumor, but Ren, out of character, do we have to choose one of these?
No, you don't have to choose one of those. You can do all of them.
We can choose all of them?
Uh-huh.
The halfling squad is leaning heavily towards doing by order of the guild application first because it'll give our other two party members potential protection.
Okay,
And
so let's
I'm
start with
just
that one.
worried about trying to, even if it's sanctioned, suddenly two Rallians wanting to cross the border might seem suspicious. So he's just a little worried that might raise flags and get them,
Murdered.
Okay, let's start
for
with
a
this
lack
one
of a
then.
better word, yes.
I'm going to go say hello to Halvard.
Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of had this storm cloud over him. I'm not
I think I've
exactly
seen
sure what's
I
up
know.
with that.
I'm a little worried
I
about
think
him.
I've seen sparks.
There may be sparks.
If
Okay,
you know more about that, then go right ahead. We've just kind of been... Well, I've been kind of involved in on my own.
No, I kind of wanted to talk with them anyway, but
I'm gonna go. While you do that, I'm gonna go talk with Grog. And out of character, all I'm doing with Grog is I'm taking over the notice and asking him who I should go talk to about this.
About which one?
Oh, where's the representative staying?
Oh, he kind of looks at you and he's like, "Oh, the representative. Well, he should be arriving here any minute now. It's getting kind of late in the day." He kind of looks over at the clock mounted on the wall and he's like, "Yeah, he should be coming in. Oh, right about." And then the door swings open. Right about now. And there's a very well dressed man with the reddish brown hair, and he's got low hanging bifocals and a stack of papers. He looks more like a scholarly dandy than really any kind of adventurer. But as he looks around Grog's place, you can see he kind of takes a moment and he's like, this place is dirty. And but he keeps it inward, and
I'm like one of the few people there who's not dirty at all.
yeah,
He's a snooty elf without being an elf. Got it.
and he kind of puts on his best smile and he walks over to the half ogre and he's like, "You're Grog." And Grog kind of looks at you guys and he like,
It's pronounced Gruge.
yes, Gruge. And Grog
Can I roll
kinda-
deception for that?
No, it looks like he's kind of taking it in stride, and the joke. He's just like, "Yeah, Scrooge." He adjusts his bifocals there with a gloved hand, and he goes, "Look, I was told that there were some potential adventurers here that may be interested in what the guild has to offer. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Stanwyck Baldwin, and I am the guild recruiter here."
But you don't look bald at all.
He doesn't look amused.
Is he talking to Grog?
He's talking to Grog.
I really hope Grog just, when he shakes his hand, just like encompasses like most of his arm.
He does, and it's not just that. It's a two-handed shake where it's like the first one easily envelops the guy's hand, and then he clasps on the other side with the other, and he's shaking so hard that you're seeing the man get jostled to the point that he's losing control of the scrolls
He
and
deserves
books,
it.
and his hair is getting all disheveled, and he pauses and he recollects himself, and he's like, "Right, yes, I was told to come down here that there were some adventurers that had been doing some work for the town and making names for themselves. They should be around here. Have you any idea?"
While this is going on, I'm just sitting with Alivard quietly.
Well, and Grog's like,
I mean,
"Oh."
after I made my joke.
Yeah, and Grog's like, "Oh, they're around. The loudmouth over there seems to be the ringleader. You may want to talk to him or the big
Out of character, if I'm ever the ringleader, something has gone terribly wrong.
or the soft shell over there." And he points to Tola, or the elf. And at the mention of elf, you see his eyebrow curl up, and he's like,
Ears twitch.
Yeah.
I lean over and I knock on Tola's shell. You're not soft at all. What is he talking about?
Oh, how interesting." And he kind of looks and he's like, "Oh yeah, there's another half pint over there," and he points to Braden.
He just kind of sticks his head up like, "Hey."
It's like, "Oh,
I was hiding here.
so these four then, they're not even sitting together. Are you sure that they're comrades?"
We don't need to sit together to be social. We can shout. I'm actually rather good at it, I've been told.
Yes.
Smiles at Tola.
He gives another kind of, "Yes, of course you are." And he's like, "Tortle," and he looks over
Yes.
at Tola. "Are you capable of speaking for the group?"
For the most part, I think so. I'm not gonna say I know all of them perfectly well, but
But you're the group that the town is speaking so highly of.
if they're talking about chicken killers, robbers, stoppers, things like that, then yeah.
Robbers,
We
stoppers.
did those
So
things.
you see him like he's writing this all down. And he says, "Robber,
Chicken
stoppers,
chasers, robber stoppers.
Right.
Portal stabilizers. that happen? No, I don't think that the town knows.
So
There's no
very-
town.
Githyanki Slayer, you know.
That one makes him pause, and he kind of looks.
Cow
up.
cures.
I clap claws over both the halfling mouths.
You get the Yankee, you say.
No. No, I think they're very confused.
Well,
Very confused.
You hear mumbles of anger through
There
the
was-
claspings.
There was a gnome that was very good at illusions. They're just a little sleepy this morning.
You're
yes,
talking
well,
about the troll.
no, they were talking about Githyanki. And he kind of continues to write down, and he says, well,
Oh, that gives a look to Lee.
either way,
Like-
you're entitled to a trial to see if you're worth joining the Guild of Heroes. So that's why I'm
Guild
here.
trial.
Yes. What a sort of trial did you think I meant? And he narrows his eyes a bit.
No, that's the one I was thinking.
Hmm.
Sorry, I'm just not in my right head right now.
No, I don't suspect many from your side of the border would be after the
Fighting
news we heard.
devils would kind of messes
Anger
with your
bubbles.
mind every now and then.
And he raises
Ola is
raises a
biting
brow again. He says,
his non-existent
"Are you
lips.
sure that you all are doing the things you claim you are?" One person says Githyanki, another says illusions. One says a devil. Others say chickens.
It can't be more than
I
one.
smack Tola's hand away from my mouth. Dire chickens! Mind you. We have the carcasses still cooking.
That's
Dire.
true.
You see him writing again. Dire chickens. Right. Well,
Tola just reaches into this guy's bag and pulls out the writ. Just shows it to him. This is
Hey, that's mine!
town documentation for everything.
He kind of looks it over for a moment, hands it back. Town commendation. All right. Well, he's hear the like of
You
the
coulda
book
asked.
closing, and he's like, "Well, I think that this means that you all should accompany me into the local countryside, where there is some ruins that need to be explored. If you all survive the trial, then the barony will have 4 new members of the guild."
This guy raises his hand. What happens if you don't survive?
Then you fail.
Oh, okay. Good to know. Alright, Brayden, new mission objective. Protect the bookworm.
Oh, we kept that little kid safe before he went off to a whole other plane of existence.
Clap!
They're so bad at this.
Where would you like us to meet you for this whole ruins expedition? Assuming we'd like to get some preparations done, you know, potions and the like.
We can meet on the outskirts of town. We'll be heading westward into the hills. There's an old tomb there that needs looking through. I trust you all can find the edge of town.
Yes. We'll be sure to meet you there within a timely manner once we get everything we might need.
Good.
Thank you.
Yes. Well,
Poor Tola, you can't stop the halflings from talking.
nope, there's too many. All right, so with that, he kind of turns on his heels and he makes his way out. And, Halivard, he kind of had drunk himself into a bit of a stupor there, but once the sound of the door closing, he jolts back up and he's like, what? Oh, Lee.
I'll kind of.
Hi.
Hi.
Why are you here? Why
I
am I here?
You were drinking. Are you feeling all right?
I feel like I drank a bottle of orphan tears.
You did.
Alright.
Oh, well then I suppose that is accurate then.
Allow me to try something real quick. And I'm going to place my hand on them and cast Lesser Restoration.
Okay. Yeah, as you condition. Yeah, okay. Alcohol is technically a poison, so yeah, he kind of like perks up as he gets a bit sober, and he's like, "Oh, okay. Well, there goes the hangover." Right. Thank you.
Alivard, I wanted to thank you for, you know.
Do I? And he kind of looks at you for a moment, and he looks over his shoulder to see everybody else around the area, and he says, "I'm not quite sure what you're thanking me for. You should be thanking Sardonyx for doing anything. All I did was blow up a shelf."
Well, that was really impressive, actually.
We heard that from here, I think.
You know, I started reading.
It shook all the glasses. It was cool. And scary. Mostly scary.
I started reading stories about you. I think I'm a little bit impressed.
He kind of pauses, and he's like, "Wait, what did you read?"
Just a storybook.
He kind of goes a bit red, and he says, "You found that damned book that she wrote, didn't you?"
Maybe.
"It's all lies, I promise."
Sure. And I'll give him a quick hug.
"Listen, whatever you read in there, that's not me. They're bard embellishments."
I'm sure. I believe you, Alivard, I do. But just thank you.
"Oh, well, then you're welcome, I suppose." And he takes the hug, and he awkwardly gives it back, and he's like, I'm a bit too old for pretty young ladies to be clinging to me this way. It's going to really offend your gentleman friends there."
Well,
He called me a gentleman. That's adorable.
Don't feel very offended. Halavad, before you go, is it alright if we swing by your shop in a bit for some resupplying? We've got some work we're gonna need to do, and your potion saved our lives plenty, and we're kind of in the market for more.
That's good to hear. I imagine that poor Sardonyx has the place cleaned up at this point. I'll be getting an earful about that outburst later. But yes, give us an hour to make sure everything's in order, and then inventory what's left, and yes, make your way over.
Oh, an hour will be fine. I kinda need to speak with these three at some point. Anyways.
Great.
Before Alivard leaves, I'm just going to. I wanted to just whisper to him, like, thanks for not turning me in or anything.
Oh, well, absolutely. It's not your fault.
Only family does that kind of thing.
And his kind of smile fades, and yeah, of course. And he doesn't say anything else as he gets onto his feet, and he gives the three of you just the friendliest of nods and makes his way out without saying anything else.
So what did we need to talk about?
We need to talk somewhere outside, probably. Fresh air. Fresh air's good.
Yes, I should probably sell some of this jewelry too and see what we can get for it.
Oh yeah, I'm still toting around 50 gold of salvage.
We'll handle that. That's just... Tola just stands up and starts leading the way outside. He's gonna, just walk along, if we're close enough, the river.
Okay. So yeah, you guys can make your way out that way to the river.
Okay, where are we going?
Quick look around.
There's nobody.
This is gonna be bad.
You're seeing some people kind of on the outskirts of the river. These are people you've never seen before. These are all individuals that are wearing very vibrant colors, blues, various blues and golds, a little bit of reds.
Do they
Blacks.
have horns?
They do have horns. They're setting up on the far outskirts, though. Not in like talking distance, but yeah, you can see that there's a number of red-skinned individuals with gold paint, and assorted gold jewelry hanging from their bodies in various places. So yeah, they're far enough that you can talk in peace, though.
We should probably visit them before we leave for anything. I bet they have some interesting items.
Well, that's fine. I need you three to understand something, and I really want to be clear here. I don't think it's a good idea. Beyond what we've done officially for the town, the devil, the bandits, the Githyanki, we shouldn't talk about any of that. The devil, because, well, you know what's going to happen if he gets angry that his secret's out. And the Githyanki and the bandits, because we weren't supposed to be in the demilitarized zone. They stop people. We might have done a good thing, but
we never said where they were, though.
I know, but some things can be inferred, and I don't know if that was the only place that a Githyanki could get through. They're extraplanar creatures. There's not many places. I don't know. I just think it's better to err on the safe side and not mention stuff like those around people. Just stick to what we've done. It's enough that we got these writs.
I understand. I mean, I guess I'm not too terribly good of a liar.
I was going to argue the Githyanki, but good point. And Sky just keeps walking.
But I'm a damn good liar.
Just saying, it's not that we can't. Like,
I'm sorry, Morph, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to point out. I said I'm not a very good liar, and then I rolled deception.
Yeah, I noticed.
Okay,
I'm not gonna beat that.
You should try.
My wisdom is not high enough.
You can't. I mean, doesn't natural 20 work? That's all right. Never mind.
He chooses not to.
That's fine. That's good.
I'm not even saying we have to lie about it. I'm just saying, just don't bring them up. That's all we need to do. I don't think it's a very safe thing to bring up, and that's why I was clapping. Right. I was putting my claws over your mouths earlier, Braden and Sky. I'm sorry I had to do that, but
Sky turns around
important for him to know.
And squints at the turtle. You do that even when I'm not talking about crazy things.
I do it when you're talking too much.
Is there anything else we need to
discuss?
discuss?
Crosses arms and squints.
I don't know if there's anything else. I just know that I don't think it's a good idea if we mention these things around, anyone at this point, unless we really, really trust them. And I don't think we should around any of the official guild types, and unfortunately for Darwin, any of the god types either. So that's all I wanted to get out of the way, because I know I was being a little hasty there, but I think it's in our best interest if certain people aren't aware.
I understand you're trying to look out for us, so thank you.
Especially with what's going on. You and your dreams are fine.
At the mention of my dreams, I'm going to start walking towards the tents and see if they're selling anything.
I'm going to come with you. I've got 50 gold of salvage that we got from the bandit towers that I need to pawn off for gold.
And I got 100 gold worth of jewelry.
I think we've all got something to follow and barter with. I think.
Okay.
Considering we didn't split everything, yeah.
50 gold of salvage and 100 gold of jewels.
100 gold worth of jewelry.
Yeah.
I have 5 pieces of jewelry. Each are worth 20 gold.
Okay, so as you guys are making your way over there, you're noticing that it looks like they've just arrived, and they're more setting up than being situated.
Okay, no shops yet. We're gonna
Yeah,
go
it does. It doesn't look like they're quite set up for that plan just yet, but it looks like within a day they'd be ready.
And I'll just spit on the ground and hold my hands out.
one of them kind of looks at you and he nods and he's like, yes, hello, hi, and he like very, very broken common. He's like, nice to see you. And he waves and he spits back and he's like, we don't do that very often. It's more of a formal greeting, but thank you.
You're welcome.
And he's, he mumbles something about cultural appropriation under his breath, and
roll my eyes. I'm rolling my eyes so hard.
I'm kidding. But yeah, he's like, thank you, very nice. We sell to you later, I promise. But yeah, so you guys spend that hour talking and looking over the place. There's just a good number of these tieflings out and about. They all have the same kind of grayish skin with gold paint on them, and there's a strange triangle motif going on with the way their paint is done on their bodies. They're just kind of everywhere, and it's one of those things where it's like, that's a thing that's happening. It could be worth inquiring about later. But after that hour, you guys head over to Halivard's, and the shop looks relatively intact.
Is there anything, any other stores in the market?
Yeah, absolutely. What kind of shop are you looking for?
I'm just looking for a general store / junk shop.
Okay, so just a general trader.
Yep.
Yeah. And is there any place that buys jewelry or sells jewelry, or any place that might have magic-y stuff?
Yes, there is for both of those. In regards to the general store, this one is a 2-story stone-walled building that has a wooden door on it, and there's actually a little halfling outside who's trying to pawn off a couple of things on like a small stand, and he's like, get your enchanted daggers, you throwing stars, your nunchucks from the far west.
Insight check.
Okay.
God damn it.
Oh man, you've never seen such cool looking nunchucks from the far west. You totally got to get a pair.
I would, but I can't use them.
But yeah, he's out there and he's like, get your exotic goods. I got exotic goods here from the west, never before seen. No boats ever make the journey, but this one did. It's very rare and very expensive. And even though he's on the outside, there's a half-elf man who's inside the shop, and he's got his door open, and he's kind of shaking his head, and he's like, Denor, that's not going to work. They never fall for your exotic goods stick. Yeah, but it gets people coming into your shop. And he's like, I know.
Speaking of which, I go into his shop.
You just brush right past him, and he goes, hey, oh, hold on, friend, fellow halfling. He does like the wink and finger pistols at you, and he's like, hey, got some good stuff here. You ever seen far western nunchucks? And he holds the two up, and he does an impressive little flourish where he's just back and forth across his shoulders, and he's rotating hands. He's like, yeah, the crazy monks.
That is so cool.
Crazy monks over across on the western continent, they train day and night, being able to punch dragons and eat rocks. They're real dangerous lot, they are. Sometimes they trade.
Sky looks at him just with the eyebrow cocked, pulls one of his axes. This works better, I think, than pieces of wood on a string, and he just walks into the junk shop.
You'd be surprised. Has that ever failed a dragon?
I haven't encountered a dragon yet.
Well,
They
there's none.
haven't been seen in over 100 years.
That's old hogwash. The 6 dragons are everywhere, friend.
The 6 dragons.
Yes, sir. One for each of the chromats.
Chromats.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Every
blue,
book
green, white, black. What else is there?
Red, green, white, black, blue, and...
Tomo's still incredulous because he's done his
Violet?
research on dragons in the most.
Well, I know there's purple, but purple's psychic, and I don't know if that one is actually part of Tiamat.
Give me Arcana checks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ha.
all of my knowledge is they haven't appeared.
Oh, we're missing yellow.
Tola, you know there are only 5 chromatic dragon types.
5.
Sorry, I really enjoyed listening to you guys count it off, and it's like yellow, orange, magenta.
There is a purple one. Yeah.
There are technically other.
There are
absolutely
absolutely
other dragons.
There
They're
are
just-
but they're not commonly accepted. Usually only the 5, and then the 5
Red, green,
metallic.
white, black, blue.
Yep,
There's
and then the 5 alternates for the metallics, which are the good ones. But in this world, it's only the chromatics that exist. But
Gold, bronze, brass, silver.
yes, those don't exist. These are just
until I
chromatic.
until I get to level 20 and can true polymorph into a violet dragon.
Yep. Yeah. So
This is my existence now.
Tola chimes in. He's like, "You mean 5, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, exactly, 5." As we killed one. And he does another.
Killed one.
he does some more finger pistols at you. Yep.
Right.
Mm-hmm. The great exotic Zhong Dong of the West. Yeah, he was a real fierce one. He shot.
It's like,
he
I'm not
sh-
even rolling an insight check. My bullshit meter is just like, nope.
He shot pyroclastic. Well, you got me, friends. I don't know what he actually did, but yeah, these things are cool, right? Totally.
Wait,
I don't
thought-
think you know anything about anything you're talking about.
I know plenty about the
you
things that
sounded
I'm
like
talking
you
about.
knew new stuff, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
She's a fine, capable woman who has an eye for detail. Missy, I have here an incredible magic item that I'd like to sell you. And he, completely brushes past Tula, and he pulls out of character what you know is a Chinese finger trap. And he says, "This is the dreaded Wing Tong confinement chamber. This was used..."
Wing Tong Containment Chamber.
Confinement, but close. This device was used to defeat a great orcish warlord. He was so stupefied by it that the Wishong monks were able to soundly rout his whole force in single combat.
How much is it?
For you, 50 gold.
What's it do?
It incapacitates your foe so he can't use his weapons, by reducing his
How's
ability
it
to
work?
use his hands. Well, first off, hold out your hands
I hold out my hands.
and extend your index fingers.
I extend my index fingers.
He slides it onto one side, and he slides it onto the other. And he says, "Now, pull them apart.
I try pulling them apart.
Give me a dexterity with disadvantage."
Save or check?
Check. You are not able to pull your fingers apart because of the trap is confining them. Your
Shit.
mind is
I'm
blown.
stuck. The fuck?
Can I make an intelligence check on this thing?
Absolutely. Tula, it doesn't take you long to figure it out, and you kind of walk up to her and you push her hands together for her so that it causes it to slack, and you're kind of like, yeah, you're like, it's like this. Come on, and I see you're a quite clever individual.
It would fool an orc.
Is it magic?
Exactly. It confounded the orcs, right? It did. They didn't know what to do with it.
No, it's weaving. It's the way it's woven.
Hey,
it's not
weaving,
magic.
the weaving is magical.
It may be good. I'd sell it a bit short of being magical, though.
What do you know? And he burps as he does that.
A lot about magic, actually.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and do some magic for me, then.
He summons a fireball to his hand.
I cast prestidigitation and soil his shoes. I try to do it subtly.
As Tula conjures his fireball, he holds his hands together and he goes sha, and he snaps his fingers and he also makes a fireball. He's like, "Look, friend, that's not magic." And he holds up his hand. He says, "Engineering," and he has a little like sparker thing on the palm of his hand. He says, "I can make fire too. It's not that impressive." Also, who stepped in shit?
That'd be you, friend. And Tola points down.
Blimey. Well, I guess I did. Well, alright, I'll cut you a deal then. Since your weak girlfriend here is a bit tricky with her magic, I'll sell this over to you for 20 gold.
It's her money. She can do what she wants with it if she wants it, but...
I mean, I really
not
want it,
getting
but not
involved.
for gold.
Yeah. Well, alright, friends. I'll find some other prospective buyer. And
I'll give you 5 copper for it.
1 silver.
I think instead of customers,
7
you were
copper.
looking for the word
Deal.
unwitting
He,
sap.
Done.
he snatches the copper out of your hand, he swipes it into you, and he says, "No backsies!"
Ren, you've cut off.
He snatches the copper and he puts the finger trap in her hand, and he says, "No backsies."
I'm content with this.
Good, so am I. Wholesale's a final.
Someday I'm going to outsmart an orc with this.
I will laugh if that happens.
It's gonna
Laugh at
happen.
her.
It's gonna happen.
It is gonna happen.
You don't know. It could happen.
That's assuming the orc can get his finger in there.
Hey, they can get a lot of things in a lot of
called,
places.
It's called a what? A wing contraption?
It was called the... Hold on. I'm going to actually make up a page for this.
Wang Tong containment device.
Yes, thank you.
Confinement.
I need a good finger trap picture.
Wang Tong containment device for trapping wings and fingers.
Wow.
Come along, Lee, Brayden. I think Sky's waiting for us inside.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. That kinda made my head hurt.
It's like, I think by now I've sold my stuff and I'm just walking back out.
Yeah, for the sake of this, since we're hitting the end time, you guys can go ahead and just consider all your stuff sold.
We can go another hour.
Okay, we can go another hour. I just don't have a...
I mean, if people want.
You guys good for another hour?
If
I can just make us go like every day for 4 hours, or every session for 4 hours, if it's fine with you guys.
I actually want to break this week.
Okay.
I just want to. I'm just a little feeling.
And that's fine.
I'm just not here right now.
No, like I said, that's perfectly fine. We're at the stopping point, so if we want
I think we can do like our shopping between sessions, and then we can go meet up with the guy at the start of the next session. That makes for a good jumping off point.
Absolutely. So this will be where we wrap up for the night then, guys. Give me just a second, and I'll close out the
25
stream.
gold to everyone.
Yeah.
25, cool.
hold on one second. I'm going to wrap up the stream and then we can finish up off air. So guys, thank you for watching the stream. This has been Forest for the Trees. Party members, say goodnight.
Good
Good
night.
night.
You guys can always catch us on Mondays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern, and you can check out this channel for other streams. You can also check out Morph's channel and Corey's as well. He occasionally will pop in on streams. And until next time, we'll see you guys on Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.